Hello everyone, welcome to another session on the mat with me, Caitlin from Pilates for Life. Today I've crafted a session using the ball, so if you don't have a ball, this is probably not the session for you. So I'm going to do lots of great exercises using the ball in many different ways, just to keep it different, just to mix it up. So we'll start in standing, and you can see I have two different size balls. You can do, it shouldn't really matter what size your ball is. Just remember that you always have the option with your ball to deflate it or inflate it as much or as little as you want. You'll need your little straw if you want to inflate it. All right, so we're going to start in standing with feet hip width apart and parallel, and we're going to use our ball as a tool for the roll down. So we're going to take the ball to one side, turn the chin and side of the body, rounding the spine just like you would doing your roll down. Exhaling to come up. And then over to the other side. So 4 more of these. And this is just giving you a nice mobilizing flexion and rotation of the spine, a gentle rotation. It's not a big one. Try and keep your hips still so that the rotation does come more through your spine and less through your hips. 1 more to each side. And last one. All right, next thing we're going to do is some shoulder mobility. So you're going to take your feet a little bit wider. We're going to hold the ball in one hand and we're just going to pass it. And passing at the bottom, at the top, trying not to drop it, and reverse. Pass at the bottom, pass up, last one. This time let's keep our hips still. And as keeping the right hip still. Let's back down and reset. Pass that ball up and we'll do head, lengthening the spine over, back to work and bring it down. So next we're going to work on some hip mobility. So let's put the ball on the wall and walk out. So you want your feet thigh. We're going to keep pressure in the ball by engaging through the abdominals and rolling down and up. Ooh, I just need to adjust this. There we go. Down and up. A little more pressure in your heels. As you press up, so push down into the heels. And we want to get neutral. So I've got my handy mirror here, and one thing I find is when I get to about here, I tend to kind of collapse and stick the bottom out. So that's where you really want to think about using more tummy, right here. Yeah. Wider the heels back a bit. So we're going to change it up a bit now, go wider. See if we can get more movement out of the hips here. Feet are pointed out to 11 o'clock. And think of just dropping down towards the floor. And again, there we go. Checking my form in the mirror here. Let's add some double floating arms. Pressure in the heels. Giving your legs a nice little workout here. Let's do 2 more. And at the bottom of this neck, we're going to hold. You can bring your arms down. Make sure your bone is long and heavy. And we're going to lift alternate heels. Lift and lower. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Press down through the heels to roll up. Walk those legs in. Ooh, they're very warmed up now. Okay, let's come down onto the mat. We'll do some threading the needle. So this is a great mobilizing exercise for your spine, mobilizing your spine in rotation. So you want to set up in 4-point kneeling. We want to maintain a nice neutral spine and simply rotate it. So we're going to place the back of the right hand on the ball. Look to the left. Bend your left elbow as you roll the ball away, bringing that right shoulder closer to the mat. And then roll up and swap sides. So try and keep your hips still. One way to know if your hips are moving is if you feel your feet or your knees moving. Let's do 3 more. Oh, I just love these. I didn't used to like them at all. And all the way back up. Excellent. All right. So we'll bring ourselves down onto the mat now. And we'll do the 100. I'm going to get my pillow in place. You can pop a pillow to go behind your head. Or if you don't have a pillow, a folded towel will do. Just something so that your spine is neutral. So the ball is going to be out here, underneath your calves. So your legs can just rest down. And this is just a little easier on the body than having the legs completely on the ground. So we're going to start with a little 100 prep exercise. On the exhale, roll down. We're going to do that again. Exhale up. Back down to the mat. This time we're going to do 4 of those. And all the way down. This time we're going to try for doubles. If that's too much, stick with the singles. Just do 2. All the way down. Okay, we're going to come up and do our 100 now. So we're going to do it the way Joseph Pilates would have done it, which is coming from this position, bringing those 2 legs up, double leg. And find your 100 position, either in the double knee fold at the top or your legs lengthened out. Exhale. Bring the knees into the chest and the head down to the mat. Whew, that was good. All right, so I'm going to bring my ball in and I'm going to pop it in between my knees. Feet are hip width apart and head. Spine curls. We're just peeling the spine off the mat. Inhaling at the top and exhaling to come down. So you can use your, make sure some of the weight is moving towards your feet so you're not sliding down your mat with your shoulders pushing back. You have to act. Remember, arms are pressing down into the mat. Here we are, you don't need to be too high. And we're gonna squeeze that ball and release. Squeeze and release. 3 more, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Last one, squeeze, release, and back down to the mat. Super. Take the arms a little wide. Palms face the ceiling, and we're going to do some hip rolls. So hip roll 1, mobilizing the spine in rotation. So let's rotate the pelvis and the spine to one side, keeping the feet together. And then exhaling back to center, breathe in, and exhale over to the side. Remember, keep your squeeze on the ball. We're trying to immobilize the legs so that they're being carried by the rotation of the pelvis and the spine. We are not moving our legs. Our legs are being moved by the rotation. Last one here, and then we're going to bring the feet up to do hip rolls 2. All right, so for hip roll 2, bring one leg at a time, your double knee. Arms can be spread a little wider, but don't go any higher than shoulder height. All right, so for this one, I'm going to have you turn your head in the opposite direction. So I'm going to rotate towards the camera and turn my head away. And I'm going to start out quite conservative here to make sure that I'm staying in control of the movement. I don't want to go so far that I lose it. Let's just do a couple more here, one more to each side. Last one. And then bring the knees in and bring the feet down. Also, forgot what we're going to do next. Double leg stretch. All right. So everyone's done double leg stretch, hopefully. We're going to use the ball as a nice distracting tool for double leg stretch. I love doing it this way. So legs come into the double knee, knees hip width apart. Let's up. Let's just practice the arm movement here. So you're basically going to reach up and pass the ball to the other hand. Reach back and pass it back. All right? Reach, stretch the legs out, and return. Reach back, stretch the legs out, pass the ball. Inhale out, exhale back. Inhale out, exhale back. Let's 4 more. Squeeze everything, imaginary center line. 2 more. Keep your curl up. Last one. Pop your butt, hold on behind your thighs and tuck your pelvis. Let's do about 3 or 4 blocks. All right, good stuff. We're going to do some rolling now. So in your sitting position, we're going to use the ball as a tool to help us maintain a nice position for our rolling and to prevent us from cheating. So we're going to hold that ball kind of behind the calves and squash it into the back of your thighs. Knees are a little bit open. That helps you get the position of the pelvis. Elbows bent. And we're going to feel like we're hollowing out the front of the body as we tuck the pelvis. Keep tucking the pelvis to rock back. Feel your sit bones lift and then return. So hollow out, softening the front of the body. I've gone a bit sideways, so I'm going to reset. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Good stuff. All right, before we do the rollover, let's do some curl-ups. So this is where you might want to adjust the size of your ball. So for your curl-ups, you're going to pop the ball behind your chest. Remember, it's between your shoulder blades. It is nowhere near the low back. So come behind the head, elbows are in your peripheral vision, and narrow your feet to hip width apart. So on the exhale, take yourself back over the ball, and then allowing the chin to lift, then nod the chin to curl up. So you'll probably see that right now my head is not reaching the mat, which quite frankly is totally fine. I'm just stopping at my end point, the end of my range. And perhaps as I move through the exercise, I do a few more reps, I might go back a little bit further. Really squeeze the ribs together as you come up. The chin tucks first, and then exhale back. On this one, we're going to curl up and hold. And here, you're either going to do knee folds like this, keeping your tailbone nice and heavy, or you can come up and do the toe taps, a little bit harder. As you're doing your toe tap, make sure you're engaging your low abdominals and try and stay heavy on the ball. Keep your curl up. Stay well balanced. Let's do 4 more. Inhale to tap, exhale to return. Last 2. And last 1. And then carefully bring your feet down. Just take a moment here. Take yourself all the way back over the ball. Take your arms nice and wide. And just take about 4 or 5 nice deep wide breaths here. All right, I'm going to bring the hands back to my head, curl up and push myself off the ball. All right, so we're well warmed up now, and I think we're ready to do some rollover. So for today, we're going to pop the ball between the ankles and the feet for the rollover. We're going to come back to our rolling position, and we're going to roll back and bring the hands to the mat,
and then shoot those legs over. So we're finding opposition here. Arms pressing down. Lower the legs a bit, and then gently guide your spine back down to the mat. Ideally, your feet are flexed. Get the spine to the mat. You're going to press the whole spine down into the mat, and inhale as you reach your legs away, keeping the spine on the mat. That dictates how far you can go. And now exhale, curl and lift. Press the arms into the mat, lower the legs. Remember, feet are flexed. Squeeze the ball. Ooh, that's hard. We're just doing 5 of these. Press the whole spine onto the mat. Inhale. Bring the legs back. Exhale, lift. Lower the legs, flex the feet, and work your way down. This without the ball. It's a little easier without the ball. Oops. Well, that wasn't meant to happen. Inhale, reach away. And last one, exhale. Press those arms down. Lower the spine slowly. Oh, and then pull the knees into your chest. Excellent work. All right. So let's retrieve my ball. If I was super flexible, I could have reached back and got it with my legs. All right, so let's do some side lying. So you're going to need your towel or your pillows. And we're going to do some oyster and then some torpedo with the ball. So I'm going to pop the ball in place first between the feet and the ankles. And then stretch my bottom arm out nice and long with the pillows on top. Remember, it's most important to have your shoulder and your hips on the mat. All right, so hand is on the top hip. Your waist is lifted, and you're just opening and closing at the knee. So your challenge is to keep your pelvis and spine still while you open and close that top knee. Really open as much as you can. Challenge your body. All right, let's hover the feet up and continue. Open and close here. We'll do 6. Try and keep the chin off the chest. Really press up. 3 more. Last 2. And last 1. And close. Super job. So let's see if we can stretch those legs right out into torpedo position. You can use your fingertips to help you with your balance here, but try not to press into the hand. On the exhale, it's a double leg lift. Inhale to lower. We're doing 8 of these, so that's 2. Tummy in as you lift. You're really working your waist here. 4 more. Last 2. And last 1. And lower down. Nice work. Before we do the other side, we're going to come into prone position and do some extension work for the spine. So I'm going to change ends so that I'm ready to do my side lying on the other side. And we're going to have the ball out in front of us. On top of the ball, not the hand, but the wrist. Your arms are ish. I have to kind of respect what my shoulder will allow me to do. All right, so let's belly button in, press the pubic bone down. Let's pressing down on the ball and rolling it back. Now roll it out. Again, the head leads, and then we extend the rest of the spine. Just do 3 or 4 of these, 3 or 4 more. Still pressing my pubic bone down, trying to pull my belly button up. Last one. Fine. Okay, so for this side I'm going to use 3 pillows. You are going to stretch your bottom arm out long and put 2 pillows on top of the bottom arm. We're going to pause again. My little microphone thing. All right. Hand is on the top hip. Just let that top knee rest down. Make sure you're in a nice neutral spine with your waist lifted, and open and close the top knee. Make sure that knee comes all the way down to the bottom knee and that you open it all the way up, wherever that may be for you. One more here with the feet down, and then we'll do 6 with the feet lifted. Hover those feet up to mid-body height and open and close here. Four more. Last 3. Keep your waist lifted, keep your hips nice and still. We've got one more, and then we're going into our torpedo position. All right, stretch the legs out long and straight. Make sure you're really reaching that top hip so your feet are kind of stacked one on top of the other. And on the exhale, double leg lift, and then lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Use this hand as little as possible, just trying to use it to help you with your balance. Almost there. Let's do 2 more. And lower down. Nice work. All right, let's take the bowl. Can't remember what we're going to do next. I'll just have a quick look. Have my little... much into our cool down here. So let's come down into relaxation position again. So lying on your back. This time you're going to pop the ball underneath your tailbone. I'm going to come down to 1 pillow. So popping the ball under your tailbone. This is going to be pretty intense. This ball is quite inflated, but that'll give me more of a stretch, so that's fine. So let's pull one knee into the chest and stretch the other leg out. This is just a nice hip flexor stretch. Use the exhale to help release. You want that leg to be super heavy and sinking down into the floor. One more. And then we'll swap legs. Pull the knee in as much as you can, stretch the other leg out, and encourage it to sink down into the floor. Last one. Let's bring both feet flat, lift your seat, take that ball away, and then bring yourself to sitting. All right, so let's be in our nice sitting position. So here, you want your legs kind of hip width apart or even a little bit wider.
All right, so we're going to do a little spine stretch forward with the ball. We're going to sit up nice and tall in neutral. Remember, if you need to, you can put your towel underneath your tailbone or your pillows to help you sit up nice and tall in neutral. We're going to nod the chin and round the spine, and then we're going to keep our rounded spine as we roll the ball forwards. Breathe in, exhale, roll it back, and then restack the spine. We'll do 5 of these. Round the spine and then roll the ball forwards. Keep reaching through your heels. Roll it back. Lengthen up nice and tall. We'll do 2 more. And last one. Excellent. All right. So let's bring ourselves into a kneeling position to come back into standing. So tuck your toes under behind you. Let's bring one leg forward, pressing off the back toes to rise up and step together. I'll just push everything to the side. So make sure you have a nice clear space. Stand up nice and tall with your feet wider than hip width apart. Let's take the hands to the back of the head. Inhale and look up, lifting your nose, your chin, your chest. Exhaling back. And again, inhale, look up. Lift the nose, the chin, and the chest. Lengthen through the front side of the body. Make sure your legs are actively reaching down into the floor. And we'll do one more. Big inhale to finish. And you're done. So much for joining me today, everybody, and watch this space for more videos. If you have any questions,